Welcome back to the Calamity Tram for episode 7 of this Factorio series. Please make sure your seats are upright and your meal tables are folded away. We could be anticipating turbulence. That was kind of more a regret jet intro. I don't think we're at regret jet just yet. Like, I don't necessarily feel bad about any of this, except maybe upgrading these to tier 2 assemblers for a reason we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, last time we dropped some radars over here and we tried to push this space, which turned out to have medium worms, and so we ran away because we were a little bit, I mean, not scared, but like we didn't have the stuff we needed. But the radars have indicated a quite interesting pattern of terrain, that even if this is a land bridge, it looks like a giant wall here and a giant wall here, and like at most this much of a wall, depending on what else happens over here, could secure us all the stuff we wanted, which would be exciting. The problem is we've just got to like also get rid of, you know, the dudes we didn't deal with the last time. So I think we have to deal with these guys as well. These bases, oh, is this one new? Is that an expansion? We do have expansion on, which is not necessarily a good idea. But we also are on the cusp of solar panel. I feel a little bit, maybe there's like not a full regret jet, but like a little budget airline of just like, we put quite a lot into fortifying this bunker. I mean, this has even got more fortifications in between, because we are up to mediums now. Some of the walls were starting to take damage, needed to put a little more there. Yeah, I think the first thing, I think the destinations for the Calamity Tram today are going to be, we're going to go destroy these guys, we're going to attempt to push off a bunch of these guys. A lot of that is going to look the same, so it might not end up being in a video. We're about to finish solar power, which is exciting, and then the other thing we have, which is new, is also military science, which we were thinking about building, but it turns out to need steam engines, which need a lot of iron. Like, I was thinking about 2 belts of iron. This is really 3 or even 4 belts of iron if we are going to get military science to anywhere near the kind of numbers we need for a 200 times tech multiplier. So yeah, I guess this is why we talk about why we're a little bit sad about upgrading all of this to tier 2 assemblers, is that we have maybe a belt of gears in one side, maybe a belt of gears from the outpost going into underground pipes in the other side, which is a super normal way of making underground pipes. It's fine, but the thing is, underground pipes need, yeah, a whole belt of gear wheels will give us a third of a belt of pipe to grounds, and so we're only actually putting in 2/3 of what this thing needs from either side, which means this giant thing, I mean, okay, let's finish off this other one as well, which we also clicked through a lot in between episodes. This giant thing, which I keep saying will do 900 SPM, which I'm pretty happy with because there's only one belt of stuff in the middle, even though it's got 2 belts of capacity on it, is really only doing 600 SPM because we're not feeding in all the stuff. So we didn't actually need to upgrade, yeah, it didn't actually need to upgrade all those assemblers as it was, but it's probably still pollution efficient anyway. So we've got solar powers, we're not going to worry about that yet. I mean, there's just so much stuff we need. I think we still don't have enough labs, and I don't really want to build more labs because I want to kind of keep some of that road. So maybe, I mean, I think we're going to do this at some point, but not yet. We need the circuit network because it turns out we want to make fast inserters, but fast inserters need red wire, just recipe randomizer things. We want to go logistics too because we want the car and also the railway. I think I'm seriously contemplating skipping the car and just going into the railway, because we definitely need the railway anyway to make better the sorts of things we're about to do, and maybe we can get away with just skipping the car for a while, but I think it's got to be fluid handling into pump jacks, into the military science, into, well, yeah, it was flammables? Where's flammables? What else do we need for flammables? Oh, yeah, it is there. It's over here. I was looking at these two because they were after pump jacks, but it's not there. It's over here. And working our way towards the flamethrower because I think that's going to be what we need to do to defend our territory against the sorts of things that are going to turn up. So yeah. So I don't think we have regret yet. Maybe we have a little bit of unease unicycle. Or, like, not quite sadness skateboard. I define sadness skateboard to be the thing you do when you are running away from... Yeah, when you're just walking back from bases that... because you lost your car. But I guess it's also... What am I looking for? I'm looking for guns and bullets. Also a little bit... Only 41 gun turrets. This is a little bit of a problem. And some number of bullets. Yeah, also kind of sadness skateboard when you don't have the car researched yet. And yeah, I did want more defenses here, because I'm kind of worried about... Is that true? Maybe we can have defenses here. Guys swinging in from this angle will still be a shame. Yeah, we're going to put some defenses up here. And also an opportunity to put more radar up here, which is kind of a risky way of doing stuff. But yeah, we're gonna sadness skateboard our way up here. Is this true? I think we're gonna sadness skateboard our way up here to put some defenses here, mostly to catch this base and this base pooling around the outside. Then I'm probably going to pick up some stuff that I need to build some things, because we're thinking about automating stuff for military science, and we'll probably... Yeah, this is like a 5-minute intro in which we have done nothing, and we're already going, oh well, we're going to time skip, but like walking up here, building a bunker, whatever, walking back and walking over here, and starting a couple of fights. Yeah, sure. Sadness skateboard, we'll see you in a moment. We're not even in the place I said I would be. This probably shouldn't be surprising for Calamity Tram. Instead of wandering up here, even though we need to. Oh yeah, like this bunker is a thing we added. I think we added it in between. We're getting attacked here as well. That's a thing we need to deal with. We just also saw these biters pathing in, and I don't know if we've got spitters. Oh, we do have spitters. So, yeah, we're taking turret damage. It's going to be a bit of a problem. Pushing these bases is going to be even worse. We're nearly done with fluid handling. But what we've done instead of the things I said we were, is we've added another 60 miners over here, because probably... Yeah, we're starting to lose wall. Reasons why we put in the double wall, it's pretty big. Yeah, decided that the thing we were going to do, instead of hitting there immediately, was take 2 belts of stuff. It's actually going to go over here, isn't it? Because we have coal here, we have an additional source of iron here. We can't really get that much more iron out unless we're going to do the... I kind of want it here. This pole is in a place that's going to make me sad. Yeah, we can't really get much more iron out unless we rejig the ammunition, which I don't really want to do. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. It's going to have to happen sometime. But yeah, we're going to grab these 2 belts of iron, and we are going to find another power pole that's in a place we don't really like. Because we've got coal here as well, we are going to take... Should we just use exactly the same coal? Maybe we do just use exactly the same coal feed. Are we going to use half a belt of coal? I suspect not. The thing we want is... Hey, it even fits. Yeah, we're going to take these 2 belts of iron, because the thing we can do with iron, that is the thing we need for military science, is a whole lot of... Yeah, let's get these out of my inventory. A whole lot of steam engines, which we're just going to let back up on a belt while we do this other combat stuff. So... Yeah, let's take this coal feed again. And now we've got these 3 belts of stuff we need. We need 2 things for this, right? We need steam engines, which need the 2 kinds of ore we've got, which is kind of need, and also sticks, which is weird. Sticks also just take the coal. You do also need the coal, but you do need significantly more iron than coal, and you only need the coal. So I think we can have... Yeah, we should probably think about a pattern first for that. Oh, that's right, we decided... Yeah, we kind of need to do something like this, don't we? Because we don't have fast inserters yet. And we are still... Okay, we need more than twice as many inserters on... Is this also still 1 to 2? It is 1 to 2, which means... We can get away with 1 inserter here, because this ratio is going to be, you know, a thing, and then we can have a bunch of these like so. How are we going to power pole all of this? Somewhat like that, okay. I think this is a good enough plan to end up with, yeah, to be able to do that plan and then figure out how all the spacing will work, because we've got to do that as well. So let's have this. Where are we getting the coal in? We're getting the coal in. I think we're going to do the coal with undergrounds. No, wait. We're doing the coal from this side, aren't we? And that's why we were also pulling the... That's also why we were pulling the iron down the other side, and we were doing this now, so we could figure out where these belts needed to go. And then... all of this is in the wrong place. Whatever. We are going to just do it like this. Are we? Maybe? Sure. Because the thing that struck me is we also need to take iron ore back for the military science, and here is where we've got more iron ore. So I think we want to maybe even do a thing where we go... Here, double long... okay. Can we... Yeah, we'd have to move all of these again, wouldn't we? Things that continue to be... I mean, I guess this is the sadness skateboard episode. Because we need this to be able to get coal, but I kind of want to put it... Yeah, here is a better way of getting this out. Yeah, and then we can have... something here which will put iron on the inside of this belt, and then when we get around to building all of this stuff, we can have a way of, yeah, having a lot of steam engines. And I think there's two different kinds of designs that I'm thinking about here. There's the, like this, these guys, yeah, they're gonna, sure, yeah, problems. There's this kind of modular thing that I want to do later, which is a smaller copy of this blueprint. And I think the modular one is definitely going to be train fed. However, at the moment, we don't have trains. We just have to belt all this stuff back. So, in a long-term build where this kind of stuff would be train fed, we can't do that at the moment. And so the best way to be as belt efficient with this as possible is going to be to put all of the steam engines on the same belt as the extra iron ore that we are going to take back to the military science that we don't have yet. Never mind. Can we just also like balance this here and prioritize it into the side that has more stuff? Yeah, sure. Why are you not running? Because you don't have coal. Is that going to be enough? I think we're still going to be inserter bottlenecked, and we're actually inserter bottlenecked on the sticks, which is super interesting. We're going to throw in another one here. Have not done the ratios for this. Also, I'm not bothering with any kind of not that way, this way. We're not bothering with the assembler upgrades here because I don't think we are going to, like, I think the issue is still going to be the inserter bottleneck over the manufacturing speed bottleneck, and that's gonna go slowly because we've still like got only a small amount of stuff in there. Yeah, like this is the rate at which we are manufacturing things. And so what I think we want to do, in addition to worry about whether or not we're getting enough coal in, we are taking half a belt of coal in here. We could actually have a whole belt of coal. We would be using more than half a belt of coal, it looks like, when we're doing this. Oh well. Yeah, we're going to be away for a little bit. So I kind of wanted a thing that's going to go on this side. I wanted to create a strange looking buffer, it's probably fine, of steam engines. because that is the thing that our industry is going to find the most difficult to do. And the thing, like, when we are unloading them at this rate, it's going to be a whole lot easier to... Yeah, when we're manufacturing them at this rate, we can make military science at a larger rate and drop them in later. That being said, military science is also going to be struggling for pistol manufacturing speed, but I don't think that's going to be as much of a resource constraint. We are not fully tapping this iron, which is fine, and yeah, also not fully utilizing this. Oh, well. Could we... No, we've already got a full build of gears there. Okay, so yeah, so I guess now we cut this again. We've done the thing we wanted to set up. We're getting attacked in here. Oh, did we leave? Yeah, we're going to be struggling for... Okay, we're struggling for gun turrets. We've only got 40 gun turrets. That's a bit of an issue. Let's also... Because we do have the space for it in our inventory, we're going to go and pick up some bullets from... Actually, what do we need to make gun turrets? Can I handcraft a bunch more gun turrets? Iron, coal, and then a bunch of stone, maybe. Give me these bullets, because you guys can continue making bullets and putting them on the belt. And yeah, from here, we're going to sadness skateboard our way up here to deal with these guys, just to get us a little more breathing room. We're also definitely going to have to take out this base, and probably we want to bring power forwards to also drop some radars to figure out what's down here, but I don't know that we're pushing all of that yet. But yeah, Calamity Tram, episode 7, still only a couple minutes in. Sadness skateboard time-lapse for an additional time. The Sadness skateboard concludes, we re-embark the Calamity Tram, and we're going to bring some Calamity to these guys, which is going to be... I should have the hotbar up. Yeah, pretty interesting, because we don't have a whole lot of damage upgrades. Are any of these mediums? These are also small worms, good. So it's not going to be all that bad, but we did get a bunch more fish, because we're going to need more fish. And now we have to do this kind of push. Okay, and then we've got to do, yeah, this... All these guys need to go away because they are shooting at my gun turrets, and then these guys need to go away because they're shooting at me. And then, yeah, this is going to get significantly spicier in the versions of the push where we need to engage medium worms. But all of these guys... Like, expansion is on. We're gonna lose this territory slowly, but also this should hopefully buy us the breathing room we need. And also, if we do get the oil processing and then the flamethrowers, actually, we get a lot of worms up here, we gotta go this way. We kind of need to do that first. And yeah, we are giving away a lot more evolution. Simply by pushing all of these nests, which is not great, but also, I mean, it's partly regret jet, but it's not fully regret jet. Definitely there are things we could be happy about. I think that other base to the north probably stays. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but it was only small worms. Medium worms get worse. Are we going to run out of grenades? I don't know. Have we found... Okay, we've just found more biters, sure. Yeah, I think we also need to take power from over here. I also didn't realize how little belt I have, so I guess we could build that down here, and this defensive position here is also doing work. Yeah, reasons why we definitely need to attack this base next. Yeah, let's also, because we've researched solar panels now, what do we need to make solar panels? Copper ore, we don't have a whole lot of use of copper yet, so that's pretty good. Underground belt and stone brick. What is underground belt made out of? More gear wheels. Okay, and then also stone brick, and then stone brick is made from electronic circuits, which are also just stone. So reasons why, I guess, yeah, I was wondering about sadness skateboarding my way over here in between a time-lapse thing, but I think we're going to talk about, yeah, solar panels for massive science multipliers like the ones we've got. I like quite a lot, because, like, nuclear power is usually the go-to move for getting a lot of, like, pollution-efficient power, which we need. Thing is, 40,000 blue science, and then where's the next one? 160,000 blue science. that is going to be its own kind of unease unicycle. And also we don't know what any of the nuclear parts are made out of, and we're not going to check because that's more dramatic. So solar panels reasonably straightforward to construct. Also we can get them immediately and we can just start building solar panel stuff. Yeah, these are the sizes of groups of dudes that we don't want to be here. I mean, they're even amongst trees. You guys should actually run at me through your base so that I can continue to grenade your base while we also grenade you. So yeah, a little bit of sadness, skateboarding, calamity train for these guys. Was that even? Yeah, I think that was the original base there, wasn't it? This one here was the expansion we were looking at. I think we're going to divert down here while we continue to talk about the solar panels. Yeah, so we're going to manufacture a whole lot of solar panels. I think we I don't think we've got the stuff we need in. Like, I don't think we've got the spare stuff from these patches. In fact, we definitely don't, because we need underground belts, which are iron. But we do have everything we need to make solar panels down here. So I think that's one of the things we're going to do here, is the plan. I think we are going to need more power, because we are, yeah, we're talking about, if we're adding a pile more iron processing to do, are we still going in the right direction? Yeah, down a little bit to the left. If we're adding a bunch more iron mining and then also processing for military science to get the flamethrowers, and then also like a little bit of a solar build, which doesn't need to be a big solar build because we're just here for so long and we're going to have so much time to get all the solar built. But then again, we will also need a whole lot of solar. Wall? Oh, gun turret. Sure, I guess it's still these guys attacking us, unless we picked up an expansion somewhere. Yeah, it's just these guys attacking us. Good, because that means that these guys are attacking into the defenses that have the automated ammo line. And so I might not need to revisit the other ammo line as much. We probably need to make that a different shape if we're going to defend that there, though. Yeah, these are going to be medium worms, aren't they? Where do we... I think we've got to start down here. Yeah. Things that are fine. Reasons why we wanted a lot of fish. Is this still small ones? Amazing. We like small worms. I mean, small worms are not good for the biters. Oh, there's a medium worm. How much? Yeah, we're really not doing all that much damage to these small worms with these gun turrets, are we? Bit of a shame. Yeah. So we do need to get... I think we need to do the flamethrower thing. I think we're going to need another interim power grid to just build the things we need, because we still want to expand more even before we get... There's another medium one over there. Yeah, even before, as we are expanding into the things we want to do. Oh, we don't have to go near the medium worm at all. Amazing. Even as we are... Yeah, we're going to want this other power grid to be able to expand the things we want to, because I don't really want to sit around here and wait. I would rather build stuff, and we have the resource availability to build stuff. We just don't really have the defenses or the other assorted... Yeah, like, we don't have the defenses, I don't really have the mobility, we're spread out a bunch in a way that's a bit of a shame, that makes it difficult. Yeah, we have to sadness skateboard everywhere, basically. I think we're going to leave 3 radars here to scan out a bunch of this stuff. Probably, yeah, we're going to go down here, and yeah, these are the bases that need to be pushed. Are we worried about... Yeah, not yet. We're still just... Yeah, we're going to have... Continuing to have pollution problems, because we're doing things like dropping another 2 lanes of iron mining to start... Yeah, we're not even building these guys up yet. There's just so many resources in those steam engines. Is this the coal thing? It's kind of the coal thing. Whatever. It's probably fine. Yeah, and then I think I am tending towards the concept of skipping the car completely. And this piece of coastline is nice, or at least not skipping the car maybe skipping the car completely. At least starting with, yeah, medium worms. This one is going to be sketch. A lot of medium worms. I think we have to start from the other side because we want to go through the worms first so that we can grenade them so that... And we've got enough grenades, hopefully. Anyway, all you guys can go away. Yeah, thinking about skipping the car so that we can just get to... And yeah, using the railroad instead so that we can... Yeah, grim. So that we can... Yeah, I mean, because we definitely need... why are you guys taking damage? Okay, that's... Yeah, medium worm, still a bit of a problem. Did we get all of them? There's still... Okay, there's a little bit on one left. And then all of these worms as well. Yeah, so many worms. Yeah, reasons why we definitely needed to pick up more fish. Probably we need more fish going forwards as well. These guys are nearly done. This guy is... Oh, he's a new worm that we haven't got any damage on yet. Okay, yeah. I think we're going to move these turrets again. Okay, so that was like the spicy bit. Getting through enough worms, using a lot of grenades, move all of these gun turrets up. Throw more grenades over here. Stay within aggro range of all of these worms so they shoot at me and not the turrets. And then... Yeah, that's what we needed to do. I think we are going to do another little time-lapse thing, because I think the rest of the combat... Like, I wanted to do at least one of these bases with medium worms so we could see it, because it's a mess. But I think these ones are going to be largely the same. This one is a little larger, but probably the same. We probably skipped that one as well. And then we hope that, yeah, these radars... This does look like it's a closed section, which means there's value in pushing all of these off so that we don't get expansions. Here looks like a really nice wall if we can make it that way, because we've got... Also because we would enclose more oil, which we can just straight up use for flamethrowers here, which we are close to getting but not quite getting. Yeah, we're still polluting everywhere. There's things we need to automate, but we haven't. We are at least building up the steam engines. We've got to do military science at some point as well. I think I push some collection of these and then bring it back. Oh, we're not bringing it back there because we don't even have... We can make more wall here. We've got the copper and coal, and that's what Belt is made out of. So yes, reasons why we liked this area, because it's got basically everything we wanted. And I guess we kind of start again and try and nestle, I guess, somewhere in here. Yeah, these guys are pretty big. They might... I think we've got enough defense. But yeah, reasons to go and destroy these guys as well, because we're also polluting them. Yeah, spin up a solar panel build. Other reasons why we want a lot of space, and I guess that's... We're going to be happy about having all of this stuff, even if we've got a ton of resources. But, I mean, also going forwards, we're going to need more than that as well, because we're also just like, hey, let's do something about military science immediately into, oh, we've nearly fully mined this whole iron patch. Yeah, these guys also taking damage. Oh, well, yeah, time for another little sadness skateboard skip. We'll push some more bases. That's more or less what it's going to look like. We might even finish oil processing by then, which means we can figure out how to build pump jacks. That'll be exciting too. Quick Calamity Tram update. This little thing that we speculated on being a land bridge is in fact a land bridge, and it's pretty tiny, and there's also the oil right here, so I think we know what the plan is going to be with that. Yeah, we've pushed some of the bases. The ones with medium worms are getting a bit sketch, like we ended up leaving a couple of the worms just because it was easier to not deal with them. This base here is also going to be a pain because there's pretty much only one direction we approach it. Maybe we just do that on the video now. This base over here is starting to take some damage. We need to make this a different shape so that there's not just like this spike of turrets trying to deal with all of these guys running at us, who we are giving more evolution by destroying all of these nests. But I think it's probably worth it. especially if we get, I mean, we're super close to oil processing. Maybe it's worth it if we can lock these things down, especially if we can get all of this territory and all of this stuff. But yeah, we're going to go down here. We're going to see if we can talk to these medium worms. Might be a bit grim. We have lost some turrets. We have been throwing away turrets occasionally. And yeah, there's just quite a bit of damage on turrets now. We have been throwing away turrets to give worms things to shoot at that aren't me. And apparently put those turrets out of range, but never mind. And also apparently pivoting targets from one set of worms and nests to the other. That doesn't feel great. And yeah, we got some more fish as well, because we're going to need it, but if we can push through these worms and not die, and then also get through these guys and not die, then we will have... Okay, I actually need to deal with that guy. Done the first bit of that, and I think we grab some of that ammo so we can move some of these defensive turrets. We kind of still want to stay a long way away, just so we've got more time in the air of these worms. Yeah, we want to throw grenades from back here, I guess. Do we even worry about... I think as long as we kill the nests, we don't actually care... Yeah, we can leave those worms. That is fine. That is a successful operation. As long as we don't... Yeah, we might lose some of these turrets. Okay, we didn't even lose... Did we? I think we might have lost a turret there. I'm okay with losing a turret or two. We do have those mostly automated, and they're in a place where they're kind of cheap. In fact, at this point, I don't even really mind losing like a stack of ammo or so. But we have spent, yeah, we have spent a lot of ammo. Are we getting through this cliff at all? We either have to run through the forest, or we have to go the whole way around the cliff. Yeah, we are gonna sadness skateboard back to... I'm probably gonna repair this and adjust this and be fine, and then probably head all the way back down here. A lot of sadness skateboard to do, and then yeah, start thinking about the oil processing, which is probably going to complete in between because it takes a while, and then also think about solar panels and stuff like that. Are we at least... Yeah, so we are now buffering steam engines, which is weird, but sure, just normal calamity train things. Chaos interlude on the calamity tram, I guess. Let's see if we can at least get oil processing into the video. It probably shouldn't take that long, but then at least we can look at what it takes to make a pump jack. I mean, I could do that anyway. I can scroll through the entire tech tree and yeah, oil processing. And then flammables, and we don't even have the military science done yet, so I guess logistics, because it goes into the other kind of in-game vehicles we want. So how do we make a pump jack? Pipe to ground, of course. Steam engine, of course. Fantastic things. Assembling machine 1s, of which we've got a pile now, because assembler machine 2s are not made from assembling machine 1s. They're made from a bunch of other stuff. So we are going to be fine for assembling machines. And then pipe to grounds and steam engines are also just things we have kind of already automated, and we've got boxes of them, and we're making huge numbers of them. So in fact, pump jacks are things we only need like 30 or 40 of, right? Like overall, like we don't need to be, I mean, we don't necessarily need to be automating them. Let's see what else we've got. Fire magazines, walls, iron sticks, which are just coal. Yeah, we're actually not going to this bunker, which we said we would fortify, which we are definitely going to do. And then this is also just a random hodgepodge of stuff, including the underground bricks and the stone, yeah. All of that seems pretty viable. Are these guys even... These guys have had the misfortune of... Okay, they've got a lot of dudes, which is, you know, good for them. I've still got grenades, though. These guys have the misfortune of only giving themselves small worms, which is a misplay on their part. Calamity will visit them. And yeah, we've still got quite a lot of damage on all these turrets. You know, oh well, that's another base push. That's like some kind of space cleared out. We're giving away evolution, which feels pretty bad because it means all the expansions are more likely to have larger worms that we can't deal with. But also not having to deal with attacks is nice. So overall, yeah, pump jacks going to be easy to handcraft a bunch of. These things, maybe we can get them in the mall somehow. They might also just be a mess. oh well, not really concerned about that. All seems pretty viable, especially if we're going to handcraft some of these things. Yeah, let's pick it up when we are back at these patches down here, ready to think about automating some solar and stuff. Should we do the military science first? Maybe we should do the military science first. No, I think we're gonna kick off the solar field first. I think that's gonna be the first thing. Yeah, sure, whatever. Sadness skateboard all the way back down there. The calamity tram inexplicably emerges from mysteriousness. We are back down here in the place we said we would be. Not much has happened. I mean, we did do the thing that I said we would. I feel kind of bad about pushing all the biters out of this area and giving them all that evolution, but it has, I mean, you know, desert world problems. We're still going to be polluting everything everywhere, but I do at least feel like the upside of this is we have done all the combat we need to surround the immediate area, you know, before they got any worse, and all of this is, you know, sure, let's make our peace with that. We're going to be fine. Things down here we wanted to build, kick off something that would make a large number of solar panels. The thing is we don't actually have the poles or the belts for this yet. We did drag this other belt of coal down here in case we needed other stuff. But I think the first thing we're going to do is figure out how to get some amount of box mining of copper in here, just so we can handcraft a bunch more belt, because that's a sensible phrase that everyone likes all the time. And yeah, I think the other thing that happened in between that is not super consequential, but is very calamity tram and, you know, kind of odd, is I did boost the steam engine buffer, which is not a thing I've ever said before, not a thing that feels great. But anyway, give me all of this. We can probably actually do some of this in assemblers, can't we? Is that true? I mean, we're straight up going to need more belt here for a bunch of stuff. I'm not actually opposed to making this entire thing an entire separate base that has its own mall and all of that, because there's just, like, there's so much stuff here. There's so much stuff of every kind we need. We were going to do some stuff down here, but I guess we're doing like a little first thing here because we kind of need the wall and all of that. A wall belt. And then also power poles, yeah, which we are making just from the copper, so that's fine. Okay, should we make belt in a hurry? Let's make a bit of belt in a hurry. I see no downsides to making belt here in... Was it this one we limited? This one is the one we limited. Yeah, so now we've got some belt here, which is nice. We can also have some power poles here, which are going to be a thing we need. And we're going to double box this as well. Yeah, so we're gonna have new mall stuff here. It's going to be fine. And then I guess I can clear out of my inventory all of these things that I don't need, all these stacks of stuff. And then we can think about what we need to be making some solar panels. A lot of... Yeah, okay, so we actually need to go all the way down here to get a bunch of... What we're looking at? A bunch of stone to get... And then underground belts were also stone, weren't they? Yeah. Stone brick, which comes from cooking green chips. So we're gonna need more of this for the solar panels as well, but I don't really mind that. Maybe we go to... Now we're gonna go all the way down here, because if we do go down here, we get to drop another radar here, which might... I mean, we'll need to defend here anyway. Okay, so we're gonna take ourselves... we're gonna take this belt. We're gonna flip these around so that these are the chests that I can loot when I want stuff. And yeah, we're going to go for another little walk. We are going to wander over here to this coal as well. Are we going to need the coal? Yes, because we also need to be making... yeah, we actually need to bring the coal, because somewhere... And I guess it's just here, because we're making a mess, and that looks like what we're doing. We are going to need to get... some, actually get it through the middle where it's richest. But we are going to need a bunch of coal to smelt a bunch of iron to make the gear wheels that we need. So that's going to be probably more than we need. And then, yeah, I think if we're running power through the middle, it's going to be kind of in the way. But whatever, we don't have the trains to make things not in the way yet anyway. So I think we're just going to wander this down here. We're going to have some iron smelting that goes generally in the up direction. Okay, let's pull it in here, I guess, not there. Pull it in. I was going to change my mind to do the other one, but then realized that we actually... Okay, if we're going to get that rock out of the way anyway, then there was not really any point to do it that way around, but whatever. Okay, so we want some... Do we want a whole lane of iron mining here? How many... Yeah, we do, don't we? Because it's... Because we need a lot of gear wheels, and then... Yeah, we do just want a lot of stuff, and we probably should have bought a belt of copper with us at the same time. Never mind, didn't. Let's find out how big something like a regular smelting block is, because I don't really... Oh, hey, look at how well sized that is, and it wants to go... which one is the one with the inserters? Here. Here is the line that we want to put this on. So let's anticipate having 2 belts of that, and then we can pull the iron out over here and do a thing like so. Okay, so yeah, we're going to actually waste our time getting all of those rocks out of the way. Cool, whatever. I think we're also going to run out of mining drills. I think that's going to be the thing that happens somewhat next. And then, yeah, we'll cache some of... In fact, I think this is going to be a thing that we maybe even blueprint all of, and then I go back to the base and talk about being sad about building the rest of it. Yeah, we're going to need more of those later, but at least this will get some coal buffering, because why not? And then we're going to need to take power down here to get this, to get these stone things out. And then the pattern we're going to use for this is going to be straight up these guys again. Do we... The only thing I want here is brick. Like, that's the thing that's turning up valuable. And the thing I'm wondering is, how fast are these made? Oh, super... Actually pretty fast. But I think that we're going to do something like this. I think we are just immediately going to smelt this into... Yeah, into bricks. 3.2 craft time. Okay, no, that's actually quite a lot. We're going to put this output on a belt, but then... Yeah, this is how we're going to do it. If we have... Okay, this tree is in the way. If we have the coal on the inside of this belt, then we can have these chips putting things on the other side of the belt and just go straight into a bunch of furnaces here, which we can just turn into the stone brick like so. So that's going to be the pattern we have here. I haven't thought about how many we need, but we're going to do this many? We're going to do one more than that. I've done no math on whether or not that's a good number. So then we should have brick. We can run that brick back. Do we have... yeah, I guess that tree can stay. Do we have enough... Yeah, we kind of have enough miners for this, don't we? I don't really want to do that now, though. I would rather think about how the rest of this design is going to play out. Is that true at all? How difficult are solar panels to make? Underground belts are the things we need, which also needs the stone and the gears. We're actually going to need quite a lot of stone, aren't we? Because we are looking at an extra stone per underground belt, which means we need 3 stone bricks for every gear wheel. That's still like part of a belt, and then like basically a whole belt of copper ore. But it's going to be pretty easy to put together under the... So if we have... Yeah, we're going to need some amount of coal down here. And I think we just bring it all with us, because... I can see there being a need to get a whole lot... Is that the right side? That's not even the correct side, is it? That's silly. We're going to need one of these here as well, which means that that can also not be. And then... yeah, so this we can continue to some other build somewhere else. This is going to need a belt of stone. This here is also going to need a belt of stone, which feels pretty bad. And then... that's still the wrong side. We put it on the wrong side twice now. It does actually need to be on... this is going to be a bit of a nuisance. What side... I think we just do this with an inserter then, because we're not really planning on needing all that much of it here. We just put... that's still on the wrong side. Cool, yeah, we want to go this way. Yeah, like that. Something like that. Now we've got coal on the correct side. We've got another belt of coal, which we can do... there's nothing down here to do coal with after all of that, because the only things that we are cooking are... yeah, pipes to get... what do we cook pipes for? Is that what the steel recipe is? Is that how steel works? Steel is made from pipe. Okay, maybe we are taking that coal further then, because we might want to make a bunch of this into pipe to make into steel. Yeah, okay, sure. So we've got a plan to put a lot of stone over here to turn into chips, to turn into bricks, so that's fine. We're then going to have this, probably only half a belt of bricks. Definitely only half a belt of bricks. And we're going to need... what else are we doing with this space? I don't even mind hemming this in at the moment. Also, because we are inserter bottlenecked, these are going to be, it looks like, 2 whole belts of gears. Okay, sure. 2 whole belts of gears like so. This is a thing that we are going to continue just to ghost and blueprint, so that... that's probably enough, isn't it? And then... where are these bricks coming out when we will eventually have the bricks? And then we run out of belt, which is not super surprising, but also, I mean, we're ghosting all of this anyway, so no big deal. I think we just want to go... that's not going to make me happy, but it's fine because they're all ghosts. Yeah, so we've got a... this is actually, yeah, we don't need to actually build all of this. This is only enough gear wheels. This is less than... yeah, this needs to happen even further down, because we've got 2 belts of this stuff. So I guess this thing that we just did here and wasted our time on, we can waste our time somewhere else doing this again. But this is going to be the belt of gears and stone that we then need to make... underground belt with. How many of these do we need to make underground belt with? And can we just start that like over here? Underground belt, lots of each of them, but it does make 2. And it's also super fast, so we didn't need all of that many. And then solar panels are also the stone, which is going to be a bit of a shame, and they're also kind of slow. So yeah, we're going to do... these are going to be, yeah, 1 off to the side, and we are going to be able to put... that's going to be enough? Yeah, that is going to be enough, isn't it? It's not really going that fast at all, which means we can do this pattern here, and then get... yeah, we need this thing here to basically be a whole belt of copper, and then these guys are going to grab like so, and then over here, this is nearly the entire plan, which is a bit weird. It's not necessarily what we were expecting. That's going to be a belt of copper. This is going to pull just the belt of stone, and then this belt of stone is also going back in here. And that is basically the entire solar panel automation plan once we put these things on it. So that's a thing we can get around to building at some point. We got flammables done, which means we are now up to the military science automation. We could find out what that takes. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, so how many of these do we actually want? Some number of these. I think this is a thing that we are blueprinting now. 15 seconds will use more than... Yes, so we don't want... I don't think we want that many at all. I think we just want kind of this many. Yeah, I think this is a thing that can we afford to leave it here? We can't. We actually have to leave some defenses probably down. Yeah, we kind of want to rush to... We kind of want to rush to the flamethrower turrets and get all of that built, so that we can actually not worry about having all these defensive positions all over the place in places that are not particularly secure yet. Also with all these turrets that have taken all the damage from all the times we were kind of pushing with them. Things that are a bit of a shame. Okay, I'm going to build a little bunker here, and then having thought about the solar panel plan, and also being just super short of stone walls as well, this is going to have to keep it safe. That's going to be what has to happen here. Bit of a shame. Yeah, I think we're going to go Sadness Skateboard back to the base, to the main base, even without having built all of this stuff. We're going to take some of this belt, and we're going to get this line of stuff, of which we are still... Yeah, we're not even making that many because we're kind of coal limited. Oh well. But we do have maybe a couple of thousand steam engines to turn into military science, so I want to lay out a quick nasty build for that. But also, it's a rate of 1 to 2, so we maybe have 2,000 military science worth of steam engines to play with, and the thing we need has 10,000. So we kind of need to boost the coal into this as well. So I think that's going to be a thing we put in the Sadness Skateboard time slip. Yeah, we'll build all of this between episodes, because solar power is a thing we want, but not a thing that's massively urgent, and I think we're going to need to build another power grid anyway. And yeah, another little time slip. Okay, back at the main base, kind of, and we've skipped around in time so much that I'm not even sure, I'm not sure I have a feeling for how long an episode this is anymore. Oh well, we've got this belt of iron ore and steam engines, and I don't think I want to do this here, or maybe we just bring in the pistols. The thing we want to think about, we built a little bit of this, but mostly just to get things out of my inventory. It's still a mess. We're going to build it between episodes and then worry about where it's going to go between episodes, but we're not going to worry about that now. We want to figure out how to make some military science. So we've got some iron ore, we've got some steam engines. Both of those are fine. We need some wall, and the wall is going to look like... can we... I guess the military... I'm also trying to figure out how the military science gets into the lab. And I guess we could also just do military science over here. I guess we've got to hit one of these belts. I don't think we're making... Well, we're definitely not making a full belt of military science. This is a thing to worry about later. I mean, actually, the other thing we could do... We could also do this same underground trick and push military science onto... if we had an underground through here... Maybe not there because of how these are set up, but we could underground here, and then underground all the horizontal belts, and then underground the military science onto the top side of this belt. I think that's actually going to be the blue science plan, and we'll presume that blue science is going to fit somewhere here. Okay, so I'm talking myself out of putting military science there. I think we want military science. Yeah, we're going to have... For lack of any better reason, we are going to put military science under this road, because we're going to try to respect the road, and then here is going to be a place where we can... I mean, why not? It's on the other side of the road, it's not in that much of a mess. We want... Yeah, military science. And then it's all pretty slow, isn't it? It is. So we're going to have a belt the other way with the wall stuff. We're going to do the double long-handed inserters, because why not? We don't know how many of these we need yet, but it's going to be a number. In fact, they're going to be the upgraded kind, because they're going to be slow at their stuff. 10... I mean, we did make 50 of the red science, and the military science comes out, well, the recipe is the same duration as the red science, except we get twice as many. I think this here we are going to be massively short of steam engines, so whatever. And then also we want to be able to buffer all of these somewhere. So I think we do a double box buffer. These needs to be iron boxes, but we don't have the iron boxes with us because we were just kind of running around from stuff. Okay, I think that's going to be, so this needs to be a belt of wall, which is going to need a large number of pistols, which are going to need, yeah, copper and also stone. Where are we? I think we're just doing more copper smelting here. I think we're turning this into a full belt of copper because we've already got this thing that will just filter off what it needs. I think, how many is this? 17? So we can have another 5 of these here, that we can have the same on the other side. We can feel bad about all of this, but do it anyway. And that's going to get us a full belt of copper, so then we need to, I mean, we've kind of even got space over the top to spaghetti this through. We could also take a surplus of this wall. I think that's also what we're going to do to start with, but then also we've got to get more stone. Yeah, I think we wander over here on this part of the road. I think we can afford to leave some of this space kind of free. Actually, the thing we should do is just straight up upgrade all of the gun assemblers, because that's what we need. Have we got circuit network? We haven't got circuit network, which is a bit of a shame, because it means that we will just unpack all of these belts and not really manage that very well. We're going to have this belt of copper over here is going to turn into a full belt of copper with the stuff we've just seen that we're going to do in between. Oh yeah, we're back here. I should get more stuff because I need more stuff. I needed a whole lot more mining joules. We're now buffering, you know, 200 mining joules. That's kind of the scale of things we're doing. We're not even making these yet because we made a bunch of them, but whatever. More belt we're kind of good for. Okay, so we're going to have a belt of copper that's going to spaghetti all the way over here. This build here, maybe we leave that for the moment because we're going to think about it later. But that's going to be a whole belt of copper. These guys, if we're bothering with a whole belt of copper, we also need to pull a whole belt of stone, and that's, yeah, okay, so a whole belt of, we don't even need that many because we're still going to be limited by steam engines. This recipe is 1-to-1, which means we're only going to, okay, yeah, if we're doing, yeah, I think we're gonna need the whole belt of copper. We're gonna end up doing something like maybe 60, maybe 120 science per minute. The other thing I want to do quickly is, do I have any coal on me? I'm gonna refuel these to just keep that going. Yeah, these starter patches also starting to be a little bit unhappy, but we do have a way of, like, this is some outposted stone, which is the thing I think we're going to do. The last thing in this episode is going to be figuring out how to spaghetti this belt of stone, and it might just be, hey, we have slightly less iron production here, oh well. Yeah, we can get this whole belt of stone from the outpost, and then bring it through, not through there, we would have to also remove the other furnace. let's attempt to... Okay, so we've got some wiggly belts. That's probably fine. Yeah, we can have a belt of stone through... Yeah, this is going to fit here, isn't it? And then we can even run the belt of stone along the bottom. So that's fine. Okay, so we've got a belt of stone. We've got, yeah, this build that I think I actually want to... Do I want to copy this thing? Like, I'm thinking about having a copy of this thing. And then I don't think we actually worry about... Yeah, all of those don't need to exist. We have the belt of stone with which we are going to be making walls. We have these walls with which we are going to support the walls we make. We're going to have all of these pistol assemblers. Feels like a long episode, but also that's been... We've had a lot of weird time slice stuff, and we haven't also built the things that we needed to, that we said we would in this episode. Are we... Yeah, we're kind of... Okay, I guess this is going to be more extension space. We're kind of hemming our way in here. If we'd done that one to the side, we could have used the other belter stuff, but never mind. And then, yeah, then we need to get pistols over there. And we also... Oh, yeah, we needed to get these upgraded assemblers, didn't we? We've automated those. We've automated the labs as well. Yeah, we've automated the labs into the tier 2 assemblers, which is fine. And we've also got a whole lot of them. Yeah, I mean, you probably do need grenades. Okay, you don't need grenades at all. It was completely fine. Yeah, this is going to be a quick hack. Yeah, we are going to... I mean, this is going to be the pistols, which are kind of inserter bottlenecked, aren't they? But we can... Even with tier... Actually, we need to check this. Even with tier 1 assemblers, they were kind of inserter bottlenecked. With tier 2 assemblers, they are actually really well ratioed, which is unexpected. But we will still need double inserters. So we're going to pull this down by a bit. We're going to do a thing that looks very normal, and then this belt of stone can kick up here. Yeah, we're going to go there. We're going to have an ability to make pistols. And then all of these things are just going to continue, and somewhere down... I mean, how many of these do we need? 7.5, even if we are consuming a full belt of copper, which we're not going to get, we are not going to need more than... I mean, 10 of these is going to get us a craft weight of 7.5. Yeah, I don't think we worry about it at all, to be honest. I think we dump out the pistols on this side, build this whole thing because, yeah, because why not? Figure out how to get power in here as well. All of this we continue to feel bad about, or whatever. Yeah, we are going to run out of copper because we haven't actually built it yet. And then somewhere down, we also need the walls. The walls are through here. Can we sneak these walls in through here? Just as an additional source of walls. And maybe we can afford to extend the pistols, maybe we can't. We need to get, yeah, the walls onto this belt. So we are still going to be inserter bottlenecked, aren't we? These things are pretty fast. Walls are super fast. We are not even worried about that. You guys get all the stuff. Power, I guess we're also doing some kind of pistol extension agnostic thing. Whatever, not really sure. And then, oh yeah, surplus walls. So we're going to go... Wait, are these one-to-one? These are one-to-one. We are going to need all of the same output inserters as input inserters. I think we are going to be... I can see us being inserter bottleneck. Actually, it's not true at all. We don't even have the pistols here to be output bottlenecked with these inserters, but whatever. Yeah, we're going to run this down like so, and then realize that the thing we said about the output inserters is pretty silly, so that's fine. We can still get the rest of this wall through, and this wall at this point actually could always attach to the inside of this belt, couldn't it? We didn't even need to run it underground there. We can do this silly output inserter thing. The thing I was trying to make sure of was that the belt from the chest supply is not principally used by the military science build. And oh, we should also take some power. Yeah, maybe this is the amount of military science we want, maybe this is less than the amount of military science we want. These inserters are going to take stuff from the closer side of the belt if they can, which means they are going to prioritize the wall that they get from the build we've just put there, which is not particularly great because a lot of it is not plugged in. But this does mean that, not there, but maybe here, and we should also upgrade... We should also be upgrading these chests just so the buffer is a little larger. We now have a military science source, which is very exciting. How are we... Yeah, I guess we're just running it in on this belt. Is that a thing... Is that a thing we're happy about? Quite possibly not. Yeah, but that's what we're... I guess we are just going to do... actually, it should be on... Yeah, if we are going to do this thing where we pipe blue science in from the top, once we figure out how that works, this military science needs to be on the bottom of the belt. And then we do just pipe this in here. And we have... Yeah, running the other direction because why not? Do I have any on me? No. We have a military science solution for which we need to build a bunch of stuff, but I'm still okay with that. We have a chest into which we can be putting more military science. We've done a lot of combat, which is also kind of fine. Yeah, what is the... Is this blue science thing even going to work in that way? I guess we can do it... We can't really do it directly in... Oh wait, no, we can do it in the middle of the labs, which is good. 60 labs, where's 30 labs? 30 labs is here, which means that the thing we are thinking about is... And like all the rest of the kinds of science are still a bit sad, especially the underground pipe situation, but we can in fact do a thing where we need to go through here, and then we can run a belt roughly here, and we have a way of, in theory, if we can figure out how it's built, which we're still nowhere near doing, putting some blue science here, possibly I guess we're making intermediates elsewhere, whatever, and putting half the blue science on the inside of this belt, and then the other half belt of blue science here on this belt, and we can have a way of, if we can get the research done, because we are nowhere near that yet either. Yeah, we've got all of this research to do along the way, and I'm not even sure it's going to be the first thing we do. I think we're going to modules first. But we've got a plan to get a full belt of blue science in here. The military science is kind of sad, but is slow anyway. Maybe we could do... Can we do a buffer here of not quite. We would have to, yeah, and that's going to get in the way of adding the other colours, isn't it? I was trying to figure out if we could put a buffer here of military science, so that when we're not running military science, the military science can fill up this buffer, and then when we are using military science, the build and this buffer supplies this half of the build, and the buffer we just built supplies the other half of the build. That's going to be a mess. We're not going to do that. We're just going to have military science now going slowly. There's a lot of stuff to build. Got to clear this out. Got to go add this bit of copper. That's going to be pretty standard. This stone we will be hitting more once we've got that copper. We are at least unloading this stone into... Yeah, and then, yeah, more reasons why we need more copper, because the copper that we were building those pistols with was already the copper that we were using to manufacture this wall. Oh well. Yeah, we have a military science build, we have a concept for a solar panel build. All of that's pretty helpful. We're going to go build a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I did want to check in with how long we are into the run, and we're apparently more than 10 hours into the run. We're apparently at this point nearly 13 hours into the run. Okay, fine. Are we hitting the... Yeah, we're close to the... I mean, we're still limited on inputs. We're kind of close to the 600... We're not particularly close, but I'm going to say the 600 science per minute we were expecting from the number of underground pipes we're making. So that's probably also a thing to address, is to get more underground pipes and more gear wheels, and just to be able to get this thing to the actual 900 science per minute we need, which is going to have a pollution complication, which is why we've got military science to be able to get flamethrowers. Yeah, hopefully we can get all of that done before the biters attack the various places that are barely defended. Yeah, calamity trap, it's normal.